Welcome back to Kansas City. My name is still Tom Stein, and today we're going to go through one of the other tools, another arrow in your quiver, so to speak, for you brokers and general agents out there who are fighting to serve Main Street. We're going to talk about the Forfeited Funds Calculator. So the Forfeited Funds Calculator shows exactly how much money your client had left on the table by going with a non-100% surplusable plan in the previous plan year. Now, what does that mean in plain English to you brokers fighting for Main Street out there? Well, many carriers, many other TPAs will take the surplus and they'll say, well, you did well. We're going to take half of that. At ATA, we don't do that. On our plans, at least as of 2025, we surplus 100% of the unused claims dollars back to the plan owner. Now, what does that mean for you as the broker? Why is that important? Why do you care? If my client's getting a $5,000 check, Tom, what's the difference between a $5,000 and a $10,000 check? Well, first of all, in those meetings, when you have surpluses, you should be asking for referrals. Now, this is Sales 101, and I'm betting most people on this call already understand it. What the Forfeited Funds Calculator shows is just how much money was left on the table in the previous year when you have the plan reporting if they would have gone with an ATA plan. And this, folks, is tens of thousands of dollars in many cases. So if you are competing with a carrier or another player who is taking 50% of the plan's surplus, you can highlight this and show just how much money Wall Street is taking out of your client's pocket because they wanted to push the easy button a little bit instead of doing the deep work with level funding with ATA. So the calculator will go through, you put in the amount of claims, how much money was in the other side's claims attachment point, which is the claims fund, and then how much money went back to your client and how much money was left on the table. And folks, it's tens of thousands of dollars in many cases. Now, why is that important to you as the broker? Well, first of all, it's the right thing to do, is to do absolutely best by your client. The second thing is a little bit more self-serving. Inside of these big surpluses, these allow your clients to build reserves, which allow them to ballast themselves against future rate increases, which allows you to effectively have better renewals. And better renewals mean better retention. So if you can retain more of your clients, you're going to have a better life, more income, and be able to serve more people simply because you did the 100% surplus rather than the 50%. Additionally, those monies should be used, in my opinion, to enhance employee benefits, which means you should add ancillary lines, or you can. You can add dental, vision, all of those other programs that I'm sure you have access to. And in adding those additional lines, your compensation per employee goes up. And there's no cash flow cost to that business owner because those dollars are from previous plan years. So as long as they're used, and consult your tax attorney on this, but as I understand it, as long as they're used for employee welfare, you're good to go. Qualified employee welfare benefits. With that, why is it important to you? One, it allows your clients to have better renewals over time because you don't want a client for 1 year, you want them for a lifetime. Two, it allows the client to keep more of their own money, which is a good in and of itself. Three, it allows you to help that client direct those funds to enrich the benefit package for their employees, increasing their employee retention, which is the point of benefits, and increasing the quality of life you have with the existing clients you already have. Frankly, by surplusing 100% back to your client, it turns your client from a couple years to a longer tenured client where you have multiple lines, more income, and a better life for you and your family. The Forfeited Funds Calculator shows just how much money is left on the table with each and every plan year. And folks, we did this at 50%. We know that there's a number of carriers out there or other players that are taking even more than that. I've seen up to 90% surplus forfeiture on other plans. Folks, that is you as the broker putting them on a plan that steals your future. Because if they have to be exposed to all of the volatility without any of the surplus ballasting, folks, you're going to have worse renewals, which means you're going to have a harder time retaining your clients, which means you're going to have to knock on a whole heck of a lot more doors just to keep your book the same size. I am not afraid of hard work. I'm not afraid at all. I love it, actually. But what I really am appalled by is dumb work. I'd rather do the hard work once and keep them for a longer amount of time than having to do the same thing over and over and over again. And remember, this will be in the pinned comment here, guys. You can play with the Forfeited Funds Calculator with ATA. If you put in the amount of claims that your client had last year, and you put in the amount of money that was in the claims account, you can see just how much a 50% surrender, or you can see just how much I've seen as high as 90% surrenders actually take from your clients. This is big, big money. and realize it's not just money that's coming out of your client's pocket. This is money that's coming out of your referral engine. This is your ability to go serve your clients deeply. So play around with the calculator. It's in the pinned comments. And let's just find out how much money is being taken off the top by the big Wall Street players and their aggressive type contracts. The calculator will show you just how much, and it'll put it into a physical thing. So if you lose $50,000, it's not 50 grand to that business owner, it's 2 used work trucks. The calculator will show you that. So play around with it, explore. If you're a business owner, realize a lot of brokers simply don't know, and a lot of brokers take the easy route. If your broker doesn't know, well, that may be forgivable. If your broker's only taking the easy route, well, there's other brokers out there who are willing to do the hard work for you as the business owner. All right, we'll see you in a bit. This content, I hope, makes you a better broker and a better producer. And in doing that, it gives you a better life for you and your family. If you want to continue to get better, hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll keep trying to help. I hope this makes sense. This is the Forfeited Funds Calculator. Have some fun out there. Serve Main Street 100% back in their pocket, building a better life for you, more lines, and happier clients. All right, we'll see you out there.